What's going on, guys? Magnolia Mo here, and welcome back to my channel. This is my review of the digital stream of Nosferatu. Written and directed by Robert Eggers, who also did The Witch, The Lighthouse, and The Northman. Nosferatu is a dark, gothic horror film. It does not try to muddle in the love story aspect of Dracula like Francis Ford Coppola did in 1992. Instead, it is a film about a young girl, Ellen Hutter, played by Lily Rose Depp, who establishes a telepathic bond, connection, whatever you want to call it, with this demon, this Nosferatu, who's played by Bill Skarsgård, Count Orlok, right? And I'm going to talk more about his portrayal of Count Orlok in just a second. So every character in this film, right, from Ellen's husband, played by Nicholas Hoult, who is back in Dracula land, by the way, after his initial stint as Renfield, every character, displays this horror, this, they're always, throughout the movie, everyone's just depressed and horrified with what's going on throughout the movie. So Nicholas Hoult, who plays Ellen's husband, he's a realtor in 1838 Wisberg, Germany, who has the unenviable job of traveling to the Carpathian Alps to execute a deed on an old castle in Wisberg for Count Orlok, who had requested an agent in the flesh, pun intended. Willem Dafoe is another character. He plays Professor Albin Eberhard von Franz. He is great as the not Van Helsing character in this movie, right? He's funny at times with his dialogue delivery as he tries to explain to the others the horror that they're dealing with and how they can possibly remedy the situation that's going on. I found it difficult to take him seriously, and that could be by design, right? That could be how Dafoe and Eggers wanted the character to be. Eggers brilliantly portrayed the horror that the city is going through and is facing. Every character, as I mentioned, from Ellen to Thomas to Frederick Harding, played by Aaron Taylor Johnson, just look horrified throughout the movie. The color palette is muted, right? There are very few daytime shots with color, I should say. So he did a great job portraying the horror that the city is going through the camera lens. In my opinion, this may be Bill Skarsgård's best work yet. I highly recommend that you watch the Becoming Count Orlok featurette in the bonus feature section to really appreciate his performance. Depp is just as good in her own way, right? She doesn't use prosthetics, obviously, but she acts out these epileptic seizures when Nosferatu's evil invades her body, right? And the way she contorts her body, I think was unbelievable, and it was scary to watch her do that, right? So again, it all falls into the imagery of this horror film. So let's talk about the digital stream first. I want to go over what is included in the digital stream through Apple Store, through Apple Movies, or if you get it on Fandango at home. So let's go over that right now. The digital stream via Apple Movies or Fandango at home includes the extended cut as well as the theatrical release. You have extras, some deleted scenes, Ellen at the window, Harding's bedchamber, Behold the Third Night. And then the featurettes that are included under the Nosferatu, a modern masterpiece, are Breathing Life into a Dream, Becoming Count Orlok, which was my favorite, capturing the mood, recreating 1838, dressing the part, and The End is Just the Beginning. I actually liked all of these featurettes. Let's talk about the video presentation. The human form of Nosferatu is something new here, right? Orlok is portrayed as this dead, undead being, who's very old with rotting flesh and all. All you see is his shadow, or you see him from the side. You never really get a full glimpse of him. The movie is mostly, as I mentioned, in the dark. Very few scenes have color. And because of that, the shadow detail needed to be excellent, and it was. Shadow detail again is superb when Thomas's character is waiting to be picked up by Dracula's carriage. That scene in the forest, right, it has lots of good detail that you can appreciate, or that I could appreciate. In the few daytime shots, you'll see some color, as I mentioned. The use of HDR and specular highlights is minimal throughout the film. And then the aspect ratio, 166:1, I actually liked the aspect ratio. You see a little tiny bars on the sides, but if you're watching it on a large screen or on a projector screen or a large display, you should pretty much get the full image on your TV, or on your display. So for video, I am going to go with an 8.9. Let's talk about the sound design. Skarsgård's voice for Count Orlok is amazing. It is deep and rumbles throughout the room. The voice comes from all of the speakers, right? Not just your height speakers or not just your front speakers in your center, but it comes from all of the speakers. And it gives you the sense that he is nowhere and yet everywhere, right?
It is a black omen to journey in poor health. You will remain and well rest yourself.
I must object, my lord.
You will obey this my counsel.
But, my lord...
I thought it was very well done. The voice had good amounts of bass in my theater. I'm sure if you watched it in an IMAX theater, his voice would have sounded even more deeper and with lots of bass energy to it. There is a constant low rumbling, whispering, moaning sound throughout the film's soundtrack, and a major part of the sound design is Orlok's voice. The Dolby Atmos mix has plenty of atmospheric effects that will keep your height speakers engaged 80 to 85% of the time. 23 minutes and 38 seconds when he steps outside, some nice atmospheric effects. It's pretty nice. The bass is powerful. At the 28-minute 19-second mark, as Thomas enters Orlok's castle, I got the deepest bass. This is where the SB16 Ultra went absolutely berserk. For audio, I'm going to go with a 10 out of 10 for your bass level speakers, 10 out of 10 for bass, and 10 out of 10 for height speaker usage. So overall score being 10. Alright guys, I hope you found this review useful. I got it for $24.99 on the Apple Store, and I think it's worth it, to own digitally. I know the Blu-ray comes out, 4K Blu-ray comes out towards the end of the month, it's a good watch either way. Like if you are a fan of the original Nosferatu or Bram Stoker's Dracula from 1992 or the vampire genre in general, I mean, this is a movie that you should have or own in your collection. If you've seen it, what are your thoughts? Do you plan on buying it on Blu-ray? Let me know. Leave me some feedback if you agree, disagree with my assessment of the audio and the video. We can have a discussion about that, all right? So I'll see you guys on the next one.